Hi, I'm Debbie Chronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm glad you're joining me today. You can find me at stampwithdeb.com, and I'm on Facebook Live every Tuesday at 3 o'clock and Pacific Time. And I'm so happy you're here with me today. Let's get started. I have a really fun project for you today. Double side step pop-up card. That's what it's called. And I made several of these already. So this was the first one I made. And you guys can tell I've been working with the tulips. And so I love the tulips. They're so pretty. And I'm getting caught on my tulip over here. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. That's the drawback of putting something there. It gets caught on it. So this card, look at this. Let's get it so it stands. And it will stand up on its own. Now you may have to adjust it a little bit by pulling these two apart so it gets its balance. But this one's kind of top front heavy. And so, I'm gonna show you how I made this. And then it folds down. It does need a 5x7 envelope, so you'd have to make your own envelope for this one. I did try making it smaller. I'll show you my template here. It has no decoration, but this came out so small in order for it to be right, in order for it to have these. This is our standard size card that I just didn't, I thought it lost the grandness of it. This is so grand and so amazing and a wow card, and I think the smaller just, depending I guess on what you did with it. If you did a kid's card and put like, I don't know, candles there or a cake or, maybe my little bear would have been really cute there. He would have. So, you know what, guys? I think I might have to do this one up and show you. So I'll do it up and I'll post it on my blog. How about that? Okay, so then I made that one. And then I made one for Valentine's Day, of course, because we're coming up on Valentine's Day. And like I said, anything you put right in here kind of gets caught on here. So it even pulled it apart. So this one, of course, is a Valentine's Day one. And when it lays down, it lays like this. So it doesn't really open here as per se. I mean, you wouldn't write in there. I think if I'd write a note on the back, you know, just a happy birthday or happy Valentine's Day. So I did this one. And then I had to do one more. And so I told my son, let's look at guys. And so he said, he went through my stamp sets and he was like, no, Mom, none of these are really going to work. So I said, okay, let's go with a black and white paper. And I used cherry cobbler here. And on this one, I used the Count on Me stamp set. I love this little bear right here. I think he's so adorable. And then I stamped it with the greeting from Sweet Conversations, which is this one right here, happy to have you in my life. And so I thought, you know, and I just cut out some of those hearts, and isn't that adorable? I just think it's so pretty. I love that it's kind of masculine. So my husband said that looks like the Charmin bear. So thank you, dear. Okay, let's just move on, right? Okay, so if you place a $50 order, this pack of paper is free. So keep that in mind. And it's only until the end of February, I was going to say September, till the end of February is this available. And then it will be gone. So make sure you get it. So in this pack, there's a piece of paper, which I have used all of mine, except for this little piece. But this sheet comes with a row here and a row over here in this area. So there's a row here and a row here, just like this. You know, I always look at that and say, what in the world am I going to do with that? I mean, when it's a big sheet of a print like this, you can find lots of things to do with it. But when you have a row, it's kind of like, what am I going to do with that? So I used that today for my card. So let me grab my scoring board here and we'll get started. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to flip my little stack over here. And this is the first piece I'm going to start with. And I cut this at 5 inches by 5 by 10 and 15/16. Now that's the little mark, the littlest mark on the paper trimmer right before the 11 inches. And I'm going to score it starting at 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so then I am going to, let's go ahead and score the next one too, because we have one more to score. So this one is cut at 3. So you've got this cut, and you have enough left over to cut this piece out of the same sheet of 8.5 by 11. So this one is scored at 4, 5, 6, and 7. And it's cut at 7 and 15/16, which is that little mark right in here between the two. You guys can't see my hands. It's the little mark right in here, which would be in between these two, okay? So it's scored at 7 and 15, cut at 7 and 15/16, and it's 3, oh, it should be 3 inches wide. And mine's cut wider, so I didn't trim it off. Okay, so let me trim that down to 3. So when you cut it, you have just a little bit more than what you need. Okay. All right, that's the second layer though. Let's go back to the first layer. So this is the one in the back. And I'm just going to burnish these fold lines. And you'll notice that this is a little short. That was that 1/16 of an inch that we cut off. And so when you score, it will end up on the end, because you're going to start here at 7, 8, 9. So it'll end up over here, and that's where we want it. Okay, so then I'm just going to lay this down flat. So I folded it in half, basically, right there. And I am going to glue that down. So I'm going to do this by folding, I'm going to go all the way up to the top, by folding my flap over. And then I don't have to worry about trying to get it exactly where I want it. It's going to be right where I want it. Okay? And that created my little pocket there. Now, I do have something that's going to go right here. And that is the measurements on my blog are on my blog for this, guys, and it's already up there. It's not, it hasn't posted yet. It will post as soon as I'm done here. I will go ahead and post it before the video is ready, and that way you'll have the measurements if you want them right away. So this is going to go on this one right here. And this is like 7/8 of an inch by 4 7/8, and then my DSP is 4 3/4 by 3/4 of an inch. Just enough to add a little decoration there. So when my card is up, that's what you're going to see on that edge. Okay, let's let that set, and let's go ahead and do our next one. So the next one we're going to do is the 3 inch by the 7 and 15/16. And okay, so then I'm just going to fold this. Oops, whoops. Let's do it the same way so I don't get mixed up or get you guys mixed up. So I'm just going to put some adhesive here, and once again fold that flap over. If you guys have any questions, please post them. I don't think I can read them. I don't think I'm close enough to see, but I can move my table. How about that? Let's walk over there, and that way I can see if you're asking any questions. So I have my computer sitting in front of me. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to do that on this one also while I have it flat. So it's going to go on this surface right here. Yes. on this surface right here. So I'm going to flatten this out, and I have a little 2 7/8 inch piece by 7/8 inch, and I'm going to attach that right in here. And then I have a 2 3/4 by 3/4 piece of the other DSP that I used. And I'm going to place that right on here. Okay, guys, I want you to comment. I'm going to give away something. I'm going to give away a package of, how about Eden's Garden DSP? I have lots of that left, and it's a beautiful DSP. So please comment, and then we'll do a drawing, and I'll give away. I'll have to do the drawing after we're done, but I'll do the drawing and I'll post on here who won it. Okay, so next I am going to come in with, I have one more piece that I cut here, and this one is 5.5 by 5, and these are all in vanilla, very vanilla, and I am going to attach that. This is going to go on there. This is going to go on here. And these are all cut, well, they're not all cut a 1/4 inch difference. So what I did is I cut this at 1/8 of an inch difference here. And my post in my blog shows 1/8, 1/8, and I did this at 1/8, and then I did a 1/4. So this is 1/8 of a difference here, and then I did this one a 1/4 inch difference instead, because I really wanted to be able to see that green around the edges. And I did that on the yellow also, on the crushed curry, on the other one. So I wanted a little bit more pop. Okay, this one we're going to put together. So we can put that one on. So this one is the crushed curry and the designer series paper, which is 4 5/8. So this one is the one that was cut a 1/4 inch different from this one. So it's 4 5/8 by 5 5/8. And if you're an avid stamper, you know exactly how to do this. So this piece was 5 7/8 by 4 7/8. 4 7/8. So there's lots of measurements here. I am not going to try to give them all to you. I just want you to see that this is a 1/4 inch difference, and then when I put it on here, it's only 1/8 of an inch difference. So it's really a 1/16 of an inch all the way around. Okay, now, so we have the bottom one done that we did. Now we have this one, which is going to go in the middle, and we're going to adhere this one right to there. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. You want something that's strong, so whether you use green glue, the mono glue, or you use a tear-in tape, it's just something strong. And you want to make sure that this layer is straight. If it isn't, your card won't stand up. So you want to make sure that it's even on these edges and even over here. So now my card will stand up. Look at that. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to attach the front. And we're going to do that by putting, so here's my little side that I put my glue on, my strip on. And so I'm going to attach this to here. And this one is going to go right on that edge again, centered. I thought about doing it at the bottom. If you did it at the bottom, it would make it more stable. I'll tell you that for sure. Okay. Because then you wouldn't have this in the middle. You would have something supporting this, whereas it is now, there's nothing supporting this. But that's the way it is. So from the end, this is the look you get, which is kind of almost looks like books. You could do several layers there and make it look like books. Okay, so then I'm going to decorate the front. And so for my front, I'm using both layers of both of the papers. Oops, let's put this one on here. And this one on here. Okay. Thank you, Jan. I think it's a great paper too. I like this daffodil paper. It's really a good one. And remember, it's free. Okay, now I have this paper, which is that one that, we never know what to do with. And so I cut this down to 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. It's going to go right here. I am not going to add anything extra except I am going to stamp a happy birthday greeting. So I'm using Evening Evergreen. And this happy birthday came from the Calming Camellia stamp set. I love this stamp set. It is so pretty, and it has such great greetings in it. I wish that it was coming through to our annual catalog because it's just so great, but it's not. And so if you haven't got it, it takes a $300 order in order to get it. And so if you can put together a few friends and place an order, that would be ideal. Or if you can place a $300 order yourself, you will automatically get it. So if you need help with that, let me know. If you need help placing an order, I would love to place an order for you. And I will be doing a class with it. I will be a very limited class because I only have a few of them. I don't know how many I have now, I think 10. So I will be doing a limited class, and so watch when that email comes out. It'll be a lot like the one I just did on the dahlias. Okay, and so there we are. I think it needs some bling, but I have some pearls here. How about if we just add a few of those? Since I'm not going to add a ribbon. I did add a ribbon to the one with the bear, but I'm not adding a ribbon to this one. I can't get that pearl up. Where is my take your pick tool? That's what I want. Okay, let's add one here. And guys, I am coming down with a migraine. So my vision is like not right now. Bear with me. Yeah, yep, I am. This is my second one this week. So anyway, there is my card. I do want to put a bow on there really bad. I know what bow, what ribbon. Okay, let's see if we can find a place to put a bow. I know where. Since we have all these layers, I think we could hide a bow in here somewhere. You guys know me, I love my bows. Such a bow person. Okay, so tell me where we should put it. Here, on the end. No, I don't think it's going to work unless we put it right there. Maybe that's where it goes. Okay, let's see what happens when it pops up. Be right there on the corner. That'll work. Let's put it on there. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And just trim my tails a little bit more. And we'll get a glue dot. And stick that little bow right on the corner. Whoops, my glue dot didn't stick. All right. Okay, so there we are. Would you like to receive that as a birthday card? I would. I think that's adorable. So I think that that would be a really great card to send to someone for their birthday. So thank you for joining me today. I will do the drawing and post on here who is our winner. And let me show you what I'm going to give you. I'm going to send you a pack of paper. It's the beautiful Eden's Garden, this one, that was only available for a limited time. I have quite a few packs of it left. So I will be sending that to some lucky winner today. Thank you for joining me today. And if you have an order, you can find me at stampwithdeb.com. And there is my host code again. And if you're interested in joining me for the tulip class, look on this evening on my blog. I will post that on there. Okay. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.